I found out today that the Trump administration now has succeeded in forcing Planned Parenthood to withdraw from Title X, which gives poor women access to services like cancer screening, HIV testing, affordable birth control. The Christians who are pushing this bullshit, I I really do. They really do disgust me. They really do. Um, Birth control is not about birth control per se. It's about pregnancy control. And the Christians want women to I don't know. I have to use Malloy language to describe it. I'm going to try not to. But the Christians are trying to control the sexual lives of women, not just reproductive lives, but the sexual lives. What Christian men don't seem to understand is that women enjoy sex maybe even more than men do. If the woman hasn't had her head totally fucked up by all this Christian nonsense or anti-sexual upbringing or what have you. And this drives the white male Christian fascists crazy. The white male Christian fascists would like to be able to do what certain fucked up Muslim sects do to women, and that is perform clitorectomies on them so that the women can no longer get the intense sexual enjoyment that men get. It'd be like cutting off the head of a man's penis. You can still pee, fellas, if it's done right. You can still have sexual intercourse, but the enjoyment that you're going to experience is going to be much less once the head of your weenie is cut off. But the religious bastards on this planet, I don't care if they're Muslim, Christian, or Jew, it doesn't matter to me, or Hindu. By the way, I'm going to get to that Hindu shit over in India here in a moment. But the religious bastards on this planet are they're not only anti-woman. All three Abrahamic religions are so violently anti-woman that they will do anything they can, these religious bastards, to deny women sexual pleasure, especially where it concerns sexual intercourse. Because the Christian fascists will tell you that Jesus does, or God, or somebody doesn't want sex for enjoyment or pleasure or play or fun or just, you'll pardon the expression, fucking around. It's only to be used for reproduction and as quickly as possible. All this stuff about sexual foreplay and oral sex and anal sex and blah, blah, blah. No, 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 no. Any Christian missionary over the past 600-700 years will tell you that's bad, 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 bad. As these Christian missionaries invaded societies where sex was something that was fun, pleasurable, and occasionally resulted in the birth of a baby. So what Trump has done, he's forced Planned Parenthood to totally withdraw from Title X in order for Trump to play off these rotten goddamn Christian fascists who persist. They won't stop in trying to prevent women from having fun having sex. And not supposed to. I don't know where the Christian nutfucks come up with this, or the Muslim assholes, or some Orthodox Jews. I'm not sure where this is in their shared creation horse shit. You know, the Abrahamic mythology. Well, I don't know. That part of the Bible, I guess my grandmother wouldn't let me read. um, but what has happened? As the New York Times editorial board points out, this has been a real bad year for reproductive rights in the United States. States including Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, all have participated in this race to the bottom caused by these Christian sons of bitches. These Christian, if the Christians are anti-abortion, well, you dumb bastards, then why aren't you pro-birth control? Doesn't make any fucking sense to you. Any sense at all? People are going to fuck. I'll tell you that right now, Christians. They're going to have sex. And there's not a goddamn thing you or your twisted version of your religion can do about that. So if you don't want women to control their own reproductive situation to the extent where if they want to have an abortion, they can legally and safely. If you don't want that, well, then why the fuck are you against birth control, which would, in fact, is pregnancy control? And I notice that you rotten Christian sons of bitches are not against pregnancy control for men. I don't hear any of you assholes screaming about get rid of condoms. It's always get rid of birth control that women use. IUDs, gels, pills. And every time you Christian bastards do this, don't you, do you really, you don't get that you're revealing your anti-sex attitude. You sick bastards. You just don't get it, do you? And maybe you do. You probably do, and you don't give a shit, because now you have Jesus's baby brother as the president of the United States, so you can pull shit like this. Let me go on. Well, these high-profile abortion bans are making their way through the courts, even though it's already been determined by the Supreme Court in Roe v. Wade. But anyway, the Christian psychos keep pushing this issue. Okay. So in the meantime, a more immediate threat to women's control of their own reproductive systems or their own joy of sex or whatever you want to call it, and a more immediate threat has been brewing. And their health care. Because Planned Parenthood is not about telling women how to have sex outside the strictures of your fucked up Christianity, Judaism, or Islam. There's more to Planned Parenthood than that. But that's another way to tell that these Christian bastards don't care about women's health. Fuck them. If a woman gets pregnant and dies in childbirth, fuck her. There's always more women. The Trump administration, the New York Times editorial board says, has quietly been working to gut the Title X family planning program, which helps poor women afford birth control. Again, you Christian fuckers, if you don't want abortions, then why do you stand in the way of pregnancy control? Or as you call it, birth control. It's not birth control. Abortion is birth control. Cancer screenings, which is another thing that Planned Parenthood has used money under the Title X program to provide. Cancer screening. You Christian son of a bitches, you don't care about women getting cancer. What do you want? Huh? How many of you Christian men have had women who have suffered through the horrors of breast cancer, uterine cancer, all sorts of cancers that can develop within the female reproductive system? You don't give a shit, do you? Fuck her. If she dies, you can get another one, can't you? You people are evil. You are evil. And this is the sickest shit that I've come across in a long time over the years. I don't mean this just happened today. It took a goddamn ruling from the Supreme Court to say that women have a right to control their own reproductive systems. A ruling from the Supreme Court. And now the Christian fucks are trying to force it back into the Supreme Court because they know that there are white, male, Christian fascists on the Supreme Court now in numbers great enough to completely take away from women their autonomy where it concerns reproductive rights. What is wrong with you son of a bitches, huh? Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcast. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.